Distillery versus Bunker Fun Time. And let me see what's going on here. I'm actually not clear which game is which. Give me a moment and I'll be able to clear that up. The NGS names are so long I can't actually tell. It's kind of annoying actually. Oh, this doesn't tell me this time either, actually. So I will need to go to NGS itself and the stats, and that'll tell me which games were where. D East, Sultan Distillery, results, Bunker Fun Time. Alright, looks like game 1 was Sky Temple. And game 2 was Infernal Shrines, and game 3 was Volskaya. It is in fact a B03. Alright, so we have that going for us. Sky Temple is game 1. Okay. We will watch it, and it looks like we're good to go on our overlay. Alright, just want to make sure my chat was working. Sorry, my brightness was down. Last time I had the volume, I think, a little high, the game volume, so I turned it more down. We're going to do a quick pause, draft analysis, blow up comp, super single target. The only little AoE is Orphea. This hero works very well with these two. This one's kind of flexible, can do whatever. Orphea is fine with Varian. I wouldn't say it's the best mage for a Varian blow-up comp. Things like Leeming or Jaina, Kale are probably generally better for either more control or more damage or more reach or some combination thereof. But she's fine. She gets the job done. It's not like a Nazeebo or some nonsense. Or Mephisto. So this is fine. Wave clear is honestly questionable, considering it's pretty much all in Orphea, because Greymane will be camping. So questionable wave clear is the con, maybe a little too single target, but let's look at this team. That's in and of itself, it's pretty good, but is it good for the map? It's not bad for the map, but I wouldn't call it great. In for Bunker Fun Time. Definitely a lot more flexible here. This is a nice mix of damage. You always want at least one burst hero with a DC for the power slide into damage. So these two heroes have Mega Lockdown, nice burst damage and reach, nice reach and sustain damage. Malfeel, generally good for the map. Also pretty decent if he's in range to do like a last rites on a slide target that's maybe running away. Especially like your Greymane or Leoric type heroes, probably pretty good execute targets. Varian could take his shield wall, and I can clear up that interaction if it saves him or not. I think it does. It should, because it's not letting me. It's doing a thing. Anyway, I like Bunker Fun Time's draft better. It's not an auto win or anything, but it's more balanced for the map. How long is this game? Because this is just an analysis cast. I'm not trying to cast it. This series wasn't cast, but I'm not here to like shoutcast it. I'm just here to analyze it. I already know Bunker Fun Times wins this game, but even if I didn't know that, I would give them the notable, like the edge with this draft for sure on paper. I think the draft's a lot better. As far as dealing with the Varian blow-up, they don't have any particularly good save, but they have like a lot of jukesy heroes. Ming can blink around, he has the power slide, Raynor has knockback and move speed, plus self-heal. Malthael also has a lot of self-healing, and he can blink around with Ray Strike, assuming he has a target shrouded or hit. Deckard should largely be safe unless he's just out of position. Hey, hello, Vex the Fox, aka Best Cat. Thank you for coming to my stream. I appreciate it. A little deep from Varian, considering the power slide was off. but that's okay. They're not going to get kills at level 1, but you can see the leaving damage. Hello, indeed. Yeah, I'm just, I know the blue team, and I'm just reviewing their series. I consult more than coach them, but you could call this coaching. Kyle doing a good job of bullying Malthael up here with the life drain. Malthael won't win that trade unless he dodges Spooky End. Cam's fine, we're gonna speed this up a bit. Invade. No. Greymane should go to the bruiser soon. Someone should be filling middle. A little haphazard here. Toronto, what is even happening? This is wasted. It's okay, a bit of a waste of time, but ideally you connect those heroes rather than Toronto just kind of AFKing for a bit. Sure. Good scout on the owl. Check what you know. They kind of know they're there, but it's nice to let them know you know they're there. Little head on XP is good. I'd like to see you commit to just one altar, not both. That being said, I prefer top, especially with the bruiser camp. I'd like to see you commit to top. In fact, I think you should have already been up here, clearing, shoving this in, and dealing with this fool. You're going to go for the split. I think they can force you off it fairly easily, but we'll see. You could also get a pick. They're going to play smart and just go top. Ooh, Kyle almost goes down. Yeah, says dodge. And now they get the counter push, so you're going to lose this fort. Almost guaranteed. Which is what you should have been doing, so they're playing this better than you. Okay, you got more heroes up here. Maybe you can hold it off. Malthael's on the point, but this is a 4v4 after all, and it's fine. Without the Varian, there's no threat. I believe, yeah, this is dead. So they did exactly what you should have done, but you just let them do it because you held middle while they went top. But you had a very good opportunity to come top. Just didn't take it. Middle's pretty irrelevant on this map. There's no Urel in the game, so that joke doesn't hit, but bottom and top are better. Top's only better in as much as what they just did. After that, you don't really care about it. Then you just, same thing as bottom. It's a little bit like half Dragonshire, right? You have boss, 2 siege camps. There's just a lot of pushing power bottom lane. And of course, this is where the next objective is. So, teams are just trading here. As usual, I'd like to see somebody middle though. You don't need 4 heroes bottom. You're behind on XP. You need to catch up. But since you have somewhat poor wave clear, and you don't have strong solo laners other than these 2 heroes, Greymane's like okay, I guess, but he's not amazing. Leoric and Orpheus, good though. Your map management's going to be awkward. It's going to be more awkward because you lost top fort. Now you have the cata pressure, passively, every few waves. Oh, that's too soon of a slide by ETC. Nice counter punish. Just for the objective, this is pretty good. I don't know why Orpheus is going top, and you should all be going bottom and shoving this in and getting some damage on their structures while they don't have their tank. So that was a Nani move. I mean, she grabbed vision. To what end? You're fighting bottom. Who cares about the top vision? You already know where Malthael is. Some wasted moves here coming out from some of the backlines. They're conceding this, going middle. Good move by them. No need to shove it. Sure. What? I'm actually crushing. Not sure I agree with crushing jaws, considering how much lockdown you already have with taunt, slow, arrow, and tomb. I mean, more the merrier. We also have bullet. Like, there's no way. Like, you should be able to just murder 1 or 2 people very quickly. Feast gives you better objective and boss control. I'm typically a proponent of crushing jaws, though with this particular setup, I think Feast may be better. But I also see players misuse Crushing Jaws quite a lot, and I feel like it rarely gets the intended value. But I'd be happy to be proven wrong here. Could be a good flank. Malfeal stealing your Bruiser was nice. So the lack of save, I pointed out at the beginning, or observed, is coming into play here. They have like no way to save somebody gone on. If Deckard reacted sooner with that sleep, he would have been fine, but he wasn't. He reacted too late. Nice invade. This is the way to do it. Keep up the aggro. You have a better just aggro over their face team, and you're making use of it here. Ankle shot though, not where he wants to be. Wasted Jaws, by the way. I'm pretty sure that just completely and utterly whiffed. So I don't know why he ran down instead of north. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. Jaws. Oh, okay. Jaws hit the Banshee. Oh, it did like 20% of its health. Not that Feast would have saved his life there, but it would have been more valuable. But more than anything, he ran down. Either a misclick or just not paying attention. Well, you gotta pay attention. So that kind of ruined all your momentum. I'm too busy yakking about this Orphea. So you don't have your Leo. They don't have their Rainer. Oh, okay. See, he capped the camp just as you came in. That's all I wanted to look at. I'm like, how did you not get the camp? Because Malfeal already had it. Bottom sieges should be a thing, but Orphea is dead and you have to deal with the top. So they should just beeline for yours and steal it. If they're smart, which they're doing. Cheeky positioning. Nice move ITC with the boop. Yeah, they get theirs. They should fight middle. They want to push down middle, not bottom first. And let's see what they go for. They want to go bottom since they're here, but they should really just go middle. You're going to be pressured top. You're going to lose this. Well, the next catapult wave, you will. Alright, they're just going for bottom. I mean, it's a safer play. I think middle's the better one. But I guess they're less confident in their 5v5, although they're just kind of being over-aggressive. Leo should never have died there. Starfall to zone, totally not worth the fort's dead anyway. I mean, look at the shots. What's the Starfall gonna do? It's a long cooldown to burn for nothing. So at this point you're playing for keeps. Haha, playing for keeps. What is this feed train going on? So step one, instead of running bottom to try and defend the non-defendable fort, you should have just run top and hit this thing. Or shoved middle. Do something actually valuable. Play forward. You can say, but Ripper, the temple is killing the fort. And this is true. But you would have gotten shots onto their keep walls, keep towers, if you had sent someone to kill that sooner. Also, the well's still up. Also behind NXP. Also, there's the lane you lost the fort in, blah, blah, blah. So, okay, looks like you got a Rainer counter kill at least. But this whole move bottom was a no-no, and Leo dying was a no-no. Just stay back, you're like 1v5ing. Okay, so what happened? Leo died, the Starfall goes out, she's here. Mounts up. Decides to stay and hit creeps, not your job by the way. It's also mega obvious they're still in the area. Where else are they going to be? Like, they have nothing to do. Top lane's shoved in, middle's fine. And you're offering yourself up as a juicy Omnom target. There's no camps to take. At best, you could argue they're going for boss, but you can, like... They're not gonna when someone's still on the point. That was just careless. I led. So, how does... What? Okay, so he's chasing deep, and he passed the wrong way like 3 times. Alright. I was really curious how he got that kill. He like made 3 different misplays. Maybe 4. First he charged in, then he ran right, then left, then right, then down. Dance misses? Oh my god, embarrassing. Jumping by Refresh, questionable. Not gonna get the kill, at least at this point in time. But Leewin Tomb's solid. The taunt's good. But JK, ETC's a god. JK, you're fine. Maltho, just hit Refresh and kill him, duh. Alright. He should still be fighting, I don't know why he's running. That was foolish. He missed like 3 or 4 auto attacks. Let's say 3. 4 would be excessive. Li Ming's trying to orb Ghost Leo. That's not how it works. Nice Deckard control. If Malthael actually just kept autoing these heroes, Li Ming might have been able to kill them. And get a multi-reset. Deckard's staying around? Nani? Oh, the pop. There we go. That's what I was looking for earlier. Over here. Run, Ming, run. Combo is strong. Shouldn't get caught. I love Mortal Strike. Very good. Sure. Yes. Good if you hit Malthael or Raynor. Or Li Ming, I guess. It's kind of hard to hit Ming, though. Should be easy to hit Malthael with that. Sure. Concoction talent? No? Question mark? Sure. Yes. Wait. No. That's an okay talent, but the move speed's almost always better. And as for Mr. Greymane, this should be your default, and if not, you go this. This is just trash. Full orb, I like it, honestly. A little underrated build, not our best build, but if you know what you're doing in positioning and orbs, it's pretty nasty. Red team should deal with top, but has to be wary of giving a boss while going to deal with top, as they're doing now. This is not going to result in a kill. You should have just let him go and probably bossed. Which would split them, force them up. Sorry, I'm dying. For some reason. Choking on air. Excuse me. Yeah. A lot of posturing, but... I still think you had a boss chance there. At least start it. If they come along, you probably bush king somebody. That was nice. Good zoning jaws. I don't know if it's intended to zone, but it did. I honestly don't understand how you lose this game, but we'll find out. Also, you should just go do boss and ignore the temple, like they're doing. Okay, looks like you're starting to trickle down. But that was a really ambitious ETC dance. I don't know why Raynor and Ming are just bailing on their Deckard instead of helping. Alright, I'm glad you came down. I still think you could have done this up front. That's okay. It's getting done in the end. And the single target blow up is working out. The map control is occasionally struggling, but you're getting the right kills in the mid to late game. Raynor is letting you deal with the lanes. Their map control isn't overwhelming or anything, it's just a bit better. Should commit Starfall. Starfall, 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 Starfall. There you go. We're wrong side though. Should have been over here. Could have easily picked that fight with an Entomb Bullet Starfall. With the boss, like they'll get fucked in the Whirlwinds. They don't, like, dances down. We have a Force 1 save them. Sleep might, but they don't even have combo with, they have zero, literally no combo with sleep. It's just a stall. So you shouldn't be afraid of getting slept. If you're slept out of position, well, you're already out of position, and that's a different problem to begin with. Pick the fight, don't run. Went on 2 different targets, see how it works. Dance with the sleep, well, that is a problem. Leo, going to work. Let the Li Ming build. It's happening. It's destroying. It's slaying. That wave of force actually pushed you guys to safety. Feels bad. Ooh, that creep wasn't there. 2 for 2 though. Considering ETC's generally god-awful dances. Led by Deckard. We knew and loved you well. Or did we? Forgot how hard this old man is to kill. Especially when he has Heraldric Staff and Ancient Blessings and shit. This trade favors you overall. Because you should be able to get 2 keeps. JK, it hits middle first, I forgot about that. If you were top, it would hit this one. Malthael trying to sneak the camp. No bullet. How did he live? Just bullet him. I know it's only going to do a little damage, but... Like, really? Really? You stopped chasing him to get the camp at level 20? This auto wins you the game. He didn't even take fucking... whatever, the comeback talent. No one can stop death. Dear Lord, that was painful. Didn't you even take the move speed talents for Greymane? Yeah. That's the attack speed, not the move speed. The move speed's at 13? Yeah, 13. That's alright. Point is but the standing point is you could have killed him. And then been fine. Regardless of your talents. Feels bad, man. Even if he had no one can stop death, you force him to use it. And that gives them their get out of jail free card is gone, and if you kill him again, then he's dead for a really long time. While that's cooling down. Just go shove top, take the keep. Wasn't so confused. Just Starfall. Not there on the keep. Death metal for the win. And you're all dead. Feels Li Ming, man. Feels ETC also. But this was just silly. First, don't burn your charge on the keep. Second, should have just Starfalled and thrown a round of Orpheus spells on it. This Starfall is coming out way too late, in general. You're also all clustering on ETC. Like, oh, the pain, the suffering. Li Ming, by the way, is doing work. Look at this hero damage. It's like, like all. Like what, triple anything the other team has? Not that DPS is everything, but alright. You did say to me you didn't check their 20s. I'm not sure how well that goes for you, even without death metal. Considering. I still think a bunch of you die even without the death metal. Realistically. So pretty. Alright, game's over. I wouldn't take this. He gets that, like, ah, shit, what's going on? It's not letting me view talents again. It's super dope. This is really good. This is super good. I would take one of these, honestly. This is pretty crazy. Because this works, health regen and healing, right? So, has self-healing, has self-healing, has self-healing, has self-healing. He's the only one who doesn't. But it's the healing he receives. It's pretty insane, but this is really good if you can manage to hit at least Malthael with it, or Rainer, or Ming. I mean, it's a little harder to hit Minga or Rainer with it, but it's pretty good for Malthael too. But I would just take one of these. They don't really have enough auto attacks for this to be a thing, realistically. I mean, it's by any basic attack just being hit, so it'll get value. I'm not saying it's not valuable. I just think these are more valuable. Shooting star. Yes. Didn't go the human attack range. That was a little weird. If you know what you're doing, Eldritch Conduit is really good. I haven't paid attention to Orphea if Orphea did know what she was doing. Realistically, this is super strong as long as you went Crushing Jaws in the first place. I don't know if I agree with... This is bugging out, by the way. Tyrande is now a comrade. This is mega insane, by the way. This is also really useful. This is kind of shit. I mean, the attack range is nice, but the free lunar flare is pretty garbage. I don't personally think, maybe I'm just crazy, but I don't think this is worth taking. This is bonkers. Actually, I mean, okay, they nerfed it. It's less bonkers, but this is really crazy. Hunter's Mark and everyone, and it slows more. I think that's pretty dope. Anyway, that was game one. Go to a quick wait screen while we update things. Team 1 update. So that game, here we'll just switch back to this. Basically, obviously very winnable, but even before checking, the lack of checking the death metal, usually take the banner. I was feeling vigilance. That's fair. I feel vigilance sometimes too, but I don't know. The Rainer's pew-pewing you a bunch, I guess, but not that banner would have saved your team there. I mean, I guess we'll never know, but it's unlikely. Unlikely to save you versus the Burst of Leeming. I'm just talking in general. But there was some weird map movements from Tyrande and who else? Orphea at one point, minor, but it wastes time. Wasting time on outs is bad. You gave up top early for no particular reason. You could have gone top and did what they did. Shove the lane, take the fort. But you didn't even try, so I'd like to see that earlier. More momentum in your favor would have meant less time having to manage the top lane. In the reverse, you could have put them in an awkward position. Malthael would have been stuck up there a lot, dealing with that, which is good for you. Very good for you. I think you could have done boss sooner when they were clearly going top for their camp, but that's okay. You took it later, a few minutes later. I think you fought very poorly around their bottom and top keeps in general. You pushed, but you didn't actually commit. You just weirdly hovered with the boss. Pretty sure you could have gotten that keep with a few spells. Or I think you just picked the fight. It's great. It's great to pick a fight. You entomb, the boss is bashing, and there's the whirlwind, and you have the starfall, and you have the blow up. And the fact that their counterplay was generally very poor, especially pre-20. Post-20 gets a little crazier, and Leeming has the full screen range wave of force, and then Deckard can take the upgraded sleep, which silences and blinds and all that stuff. So then they start having some scary tools outside of even what ETC is doing. So, but before that, you pretty much had nothing to worry about. Just go in. You should be able to, done properly, there's no reason you wouldn't get a pick and secure the keep, and then you don't end the game, but then it lets you have free reign of the map. But fresh not killing that Malthael on your bruiser camp, that was almost game losing outright there. In any case, it prevented you from pretty much winning right there. And had you also gotten the bottom keep sooner and then killed the Malthael there, that means that top keep is mega free for sure, and then you can probably just go in the game. And same thing, and Tombs up, you're 20, silence, just go get another pick, snowball it. Of course, Leeming was the main problem there, but a few minor errors early didn't let you get as ahead of as you should, and some fairly notable push failures, and that Greymane not killing the Malthael was super sad face. Small things, but That's all it takes to not win or to lose HOTS is small things, realistically. Because you guys are both very good teams, clearly. Very similar skill level, though I'd give you the edge in aggression, for sure. So here we are, game 2, Infernal Shrines. I like it, I like it, I like it. It's good. This is a really good draft for the map, and it's just good together. Lots of stuns, great follow-up stun, which lets these two heroes just munch. And Leo does his map thing in general. He's also good on the Shrine. And is, generally utility later with the Wraith Walk and the Entomb. Pretty good here overall. Not the best Entomb like follow-up, but that's okay. I'm not the I know you're a fan of Orphea. On paper, I'm not the biggest fan of Orphea. I think pretty much like any other regular mage here. Mephisto, Jaina, Kale, maybe even Tassadar, Kel'Thuzad. I think pretty much all of them function better with this team. And arguably better on the map, but nothing wrong with Orphea. There's just not as much right with her compared to some other heroes. Thankless shot, I know you like it. They also have Kale. So looking at this draft, a little weird. Not gonna lie. For one, Dahaka's pretty weird. Don't know what he's even doing here. Not a particularly good Dahaka map in any fashion. Problem with Dahaka is he can't take Merc camps. If he could, he would be super strong. Nice aggro read there. I like to see teams recognize when they're stronger and bully the rotations. He can't do camps, and there's not enough room on the map for him to really get use out of his global. So I really don't like him. Main tank Arthas, I think, is just fine. It's pretty good against ETC and Uther. Doesn't have any particular relevance against the rest of these heroes, though it's fine against Leo as well. Triple melee team. He's also good on the objective point. So that's all fine. Between him and him, there's a ton of lockdown. A little less fan of this. I know Cassia has like some crazy win rate, 58% or something, but I'm just not seeing it. I know when I read the patch notes about her, I was like, whoa, she got like mega buffed. These are some crazy talents and changes, but she's still a really short-ranged hero that has some very notable drawbacks. Pretty much all surrounding her range. And of course general weakness to spell damage, because she's only good against physical. And surprise, surprise, you have quite a bit of spell damage. You don't have like all spell damage, but it's quite a bit. So there we saw the CC come into play, but this is, even if they got more kills than you here, guess what? Leo's top, getting value. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'm just, not with this team. Cassia's... It's just not a Cassia team. You don't have to build around her completely or anything, but it doesn't... She's not really comfortable. Like, what's she doing? There's no one to help her. She needs... The follow-up's just really awkward. She'll want to, like, go in with Fend. Maybe Dahaka and Arthas are there, but they just kind of walk around. Did she at least go lightning build? No. Does she even have lightning build anymore? I don't remember. She does. I still think this is her best build. Just because of its value. Guaranteed value. The charge strikes is super good, just like Maev's ability, I forget its name, where it bounces everywhere and shit. So it's really good, but then can also just be fail. Shouldn't have empowered that, Mr. Bonesy. Dahaka will dig in, but you already have the pressure. Clearing this is a good idea at some point. Oh, the steals. Don't know what that power slide was, but I won't hate it. Ledge, yeah, it doesn't want to run it, he'll die. All you gotta do is stall them, realistically, but getting tied up with ETC is the problem. Sorry, getting tied up with Arthas is the problem. So once they stick on top of you, this is where this draft shines, including the Cassia. Though realistically, she could be any other DPS hero, and it wouldn't particularly matter, because these heroes are giving so much control. Anyone could beat up. Maybe I'm just too hating on the Cassia, but I find her both awkward to play with, and typically to watch to play. Maybe I'm just a hater. She does have a fair amount of sustain here with the Ring of the Leech and the charge strikes, obviously. Oh, wait, isn't this inactive? Wait, is this just a passive now, and am I a noob who missed the patch notes on that? I think I'm thinking of her old one where she had to activate it and crap. If so, then yeah, this thing's crazy. You're bound. Oh, it's enemy heroes specifically. If that's just a straight passive, then yeah, that's bonkers. Pretty good EDC zoning here. Me likey. Cleanse. Pretty unnecessary. Should have saved it for more of a moment like this. When he's actually getting gone on, rather than just... It's weird. They committed to that, I'm pretty sure he dies, so that's okay. It's not really worth the possible counter punish. Camp time. You could invade their bruiser if you're really feeling it. And if they're split, you should. I would have given up this camp and just gone to their bruiser. They would have then moved over and taken this camp, but who cares? You go in here and kill them and steal their bruiser. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. It's so obvious. They're on their bruiser. Wow. Didn't invade that one either. Alright. Feels bad, man. I know you win this game, but no reason not to do an invade there, one or the other. Pop's better, though. Zendaka can't dig in, because he's already there. Just stayed bottom and pressured this. Should have. It would force them down. Could have easily taken out probably the towers in the gate. Or at least one in, like one gate, one tower. B gate and one tower. Not recommend starting this alone. You just use your spells, now's the time to go in. Or not. Raynor, Be Fresh always does this. He like AFKs on Raynor. He walks around for like 10 seconds not hitting anything when they're in range. That was only like 5, but still, the point remains. Remember seeing that like a year ago. Needs to not be a thing. Hit people, hit people. When they're in range, hit them. Attack, move, attack, move, attack, move, attack, move. That's your job as an AA DPS hero. Took too long bottom, now you're getting punished middle. Everyone's 10. You do have the feast this time, right? Yeah. Apparently, yeah, like this Divine Shield for the Holy Cow, right? Okay. Their cancels are almost non-existent other than sleep, so that's a pretty good cancel. Not even sure you needed the Divine Shield, but it's a solid way to guarantee it. Oh, is that a Valkyrie? Or I don't know the icon. No. Yeah, it is Valkyrie. Alright. So Valkyrie can cancel too. I was going to say, if she didn't take Valkyrie, cancels are pretty low. But why not guarantee it? It's just better. I like the Divine Shield Mosh Pit combo. Gonna get punished for this. Mismanagement of your lanes. Feels bad, man. Leo shouldn't be here, or he should be killing this tower instead of messing with Dahaka. And the reason he should be killing the tower is so everything pushes harder. Just kill tower and leave. Don't mess with Dahaka. This guy should, yeah, I was gonna say, there's no way he should be alive. So here we saw the intended sleep cancel. Not gonna happen, and they're all stuck in Feast with Entomb, and it's glorious. Decent Valkyrie, but it's not enough. Nice Wraith Walk by Cowboy Kyle. Body block, body block. Oh, we stuck already, never mind. This bit of terrain was preventing him from moving. Lol, 4 dead, well played. I like this move. Go here, okay, you're doing it. He's gonna cut over, and he's gonna double back. JK, you got him. He knows how to juke. Figdable. Don't tell me he lives. This is actually amazing. Juke Master. Pyro and Kyle. Saved. He's gonna be fine. Worth. Easy power slide. I could have power slid left, but that's okay. A little dangerous to power slide down. Very impressed by the Deckard. He knew how to juke. It's actually pretty hard to kill Deckard when he's self-potioning and juking. I'm not sure mid. I still don't really like your lack of bottom, but you're not going to take this for it. Just leave and open a bottom. Filter well. And if you're not going to pull Leo down for an entomb, there's no point in being here. Not no point. There's a point. Oh, well, the Punisher and Orphea just, as I eat my words. Lol. Well, I didn't expect them to front line with their Cassia. This was like back here and she was up here and got jumped on by the Punisher. Go John Cena. Opt for the Bruiser invade, I like it. You're gonna contest though. So you want Leo here. They'll consider contesting at the least. So Leo here, you get an entomb. Should have kept walking. Just missed the entomb. Still can do it. Here it is. Didn't need 2 people on that fort though, or the Bruiser camp. You didn't need 2 people to cap it and you don't need to cap it at all. Just go and fight. You missed a kill. That whatever 2 to 3 seconds you sat on the camp cost you the kill on Dahaka. I think, anyway. It certainly didn't help your chances of killing him. Or anyone else for that matter. Don't really like this camp take. I'd rather see you murder these 3 structures. This doesn't do anything. Might be able to get the kill on him here though, which is pretty valuable. Nice dance into Divine Shield. Oh, that shield's almost late, but it worked. Cassie have any chaos to munch? And heal herself? Why is it not giving me her? She had, no, she used it. She already used it. Alright. Not gonna hate. Good. Finishing round by the fresh. Should not step back. Let Leo die if he's gonna die. Give no mana to get tongued. Oh my god, don't be there! Did he not have tongue up? Pretty sure he had tongue grab. Instead of tongue grabbing, he used frickin' isolation. Maybe it just wasn't up. Maybe he just totally missed it and I didn't see. Which is exactly what happened. Really? You realize it says heal yourself, right? I don't know if this is the right hero.
Your killing spree is over. Nice work there. Well, gotta retreat.
I'm curious. It may not have mattered. Considering how much damage Pyro's doing right now. 1600 damage, yeah, probably doesn't matter. Yeah, I would have had like 1200, 1300 health. Would have died anyway, but a little funny he didn't try. Could have also healed himself sooner. He was still up when he was in this bush. So heal there plus whatever extra regen you're getting. No big deal. Tiny things. Got Pyro out. You're almost level 16. Don't really like... I think you're focusing on camps too much, personally. And these don't even, like, they aren't that big a deal. I'd rather, like, there's free lanes everywhere. This Tahaka's also a free kill top. I'd rather see you just shove a lane aggressively, get your XP faster. They're gonna then either respond to this, which you can then set up, for example, someone rotating in. Or you can continue across the map, get value somewhere else. I'd like to see you pull them around the map more with map control, because the Khazar camps don't do it. Like, they're so piddly. Shaman camp, yes, the Bruiser. That draws attention. No one cares about the Khazar, and the amount of time you spent killing it, and you get some XP, and then it's in the lane, well, you could have cleared out 2 or 3 creep waves middle and forced a reaction from them. Like, it's clear which one's better. Not to mention, all the time you spend bottom just gives them the free Bruiser invade. Tomb should have come out there and Deckard. I don't know why that didn't happen. That would have completely isolated him, and they have no way to save him. A little weird. Didn't pick that just for the objective. That's the perfect time to get a pick. You have them split again. Do it. Form and power slide. Oh, that dance was almost too late. But that's it. I mean, the Divine Shield. But it's good. Kill the Bone Z. Power slide. Sorry, Blue Zuther. It's meant to die anyway. Silly Paladin. Don't waste your time chasing him. Just go to the objective. Realistically, you could send Leo bottom. You don't need him here. Realistically, you also should send Leo bottom, because they're going to start knocking on you by the time this is over. Or at the minimum, send him to be up here. Right? Because then they have to deal with the lane. Although, arguably, it'll let him... Okay, here we go. Hey, Dontris, how's it going, man? Alright, so Leo went up here. I still don't like your lack of bottom management, though that's kind of benefiting all game. Even though you're ahead, massively ahead. But the point is you could have dealt with your lanes and pressured them more while still maintaining your lead. So why not? Why not do everything?
Blue team has summoned a mortar punisher.
Don't have Uther or Deckard. This is hella risky. I would not be here. If they weren't so timid, that could have gone really badly. Like, they just committed and killed you, would have been quite easy. But they didn't. The Haka, for some reason, is in no man's land. Nice lift attempt by Bonesy, but I don't know why they're fighting outside the base in front of the Punisher. A little weird. Varian's here, Leo's not here. Sleep's too late. They're being weirdly timid this game. They were way snappier last game on Bunker Fun Time. Like, isn't this the first Sindragosa cast all game? I'm fairly sure. I don't know, they're just so timid. Pyro hasn't been used yet. Could have deleted ETC. Just weird. Cassia died, I think, without Valkyrie, maybe? No, I think it came up while she was dying, or dead. Just weird, just way too timid compared to last game. CFT could be doing more and could be punishing you more for sure, some of these moves. I also don't like this. This camp's okay, but really you should just clear out bottom. It's better to take it and deny it to them, because otherwise it'll shove for you. But like, instead of getting these camps, which is what you seem to be pinging, like, just friggin' push the lane. Take the fort. They're gonna deal with top and middle for a little bit. You have time. This isn't gonna push the lane in any conceivable fashion. Clearing out all this, plus their well will open up the lane passively to creep pressure, plus the camps. So now you took the camp, and now they're, okay, well, they're not showing up to the defend because they're looking at Leo, but they could have just run down here and defended this. Even down 20, they could look for a fight. They have sleep by like they're not using the Valkyrie very well, though I think it's very awkward to use. one of the other reasons I'm not a big fan of the ult. It has potential to be amazing, but in reality it's often disappointing. Whereas the lightning ball is mega value. Like, you're all clustering so hard, I can't believe they didn't just go lightning ball. Which is how they want to fight anyway, they want to tie you up on a cluster. And they're doing weird shit like this. Like, why is he here? Why is Arthas there? Why is she up here? They're trying to get level 20, I guess. Split for XP, but just go top. Top, top, top. Push, push, push. Just kill, kill, kill. You have Hyperion. You have an Uther with a D shield. Just commit. A little hesitant. Clearly figuring out the call, but it's the obvious call to make, so just make it sooner. Don't run. Get in there with Leo. So sad. Go kill him. He's gonna come out. Get him. Get him. Alright, AK. Someone was going to step out. I just so happened to see it was them. I don't like that you're letting them time to get 20 and you're not doing anything with this advantage of note. At least clear out their stuff. At least top's opened up in damage, but these front wall, there's no reason for these to be standing when you have had a 2-level advantage at this point in time, and you have ridiculous tools to threaten them if they step up. I like that you're waiting to intercept them here, but they're not going to run through here. But you should be able to catch someone out with Leo. Solo dance, sure. I like it. And there's the tour bus. That Leo Entomb is baller, by the way. I like Dahaka thing. He's like seeing herds them out. It's funny how he doesn't just walk north and deal with this creep wave. What's best to do in a level 18 versus 20 to work towards 20? Well, it's not that you shouldn't split and soak, you just have to do it more intelligently. Dahaka, for example, has a good escape. And he also has adaptation. He's very hard to kill in this particular match. But Arthas was like fucking walking around in no man's land, which is where the enemy's liable to be rotating or hunting. So it's not that you can or shouldn't split. You should, you just shouldn't do it unsafely. You should do it with escape heroes, or you should do it close enough where you can just kind of see them and run away. I haven't even examined Arthas' build. Like, I haven't even talked about the problems with his build. So he's playing tank Arthas, but he took none of the tank talents, other than anti-magic shell, and this is why he's dying like a scrub lord. Like, what did he, for one, I think this is what I used Syndragosa twice in 20 minutes or something, retarded. Is it possible, if a possible pick is available, should you go for it? Yes. That's one of the better ways to play, because the talent advantage doesn't matter when you outnumber them in almost every case. Like 99 out of 100 cases, it doesn't matter. Like, this is great. She gets a fucking, it's like the best Valkyrie she had all game, but her teammates are jerking off top. Like, they have some reasonable tools, they're just not doing anything with them. They're just randomly using them. We've kind of seen this all game. Random isolations, random Valkyries, random sleeps. The only like value ult that's happened this game, I think, is 1 or 2 pyro kills. You know, it's just way too disorganized on the side of Bunker Funtime. We saw how organized they were game 1, so it's just strange to see them this awkward. Maybe these are picks they don't play much, or maybe they're just having, bad comms. Maybe they got flustered from being behind. Like, I don't know. It could be any one of those things. That's, not to discount how Zul'jin Distillery, because they're playing very well with this combo. And the dances and the entombs have been savage. The, what do you call it? Tour bus from ETC is really good. The entombs have been good. The leads, divine shields have been really good. Damage more comparable this game, not that it's anything. Is it and it's faster EXP? Not always faster EXP. Faster in the sense that it gives you EXP and then gives you breathing room to get the EXP you need. Like, you get a pick and then you should be free to deal with all your lanes and get level 20. Or if it makes sense, like, say you get a pick over here, most likely the blue team would back off and get their bruiser camp. So instead of just backing off, maybe you should run over and invade and kill more of them. That being said, if all your lanes are like shoved this hard, maybe you shouldn't. It's a little hard to say it after rewind, but Cassie gets that Valkyrie onto Orphea. I wanted to say Oriole, Orphea. That was a free kill if even one other teammate was there. Arthas went like a hilariously wrong build, and that cost them big time. But at least going this build, he kind of used it right early. We saw it early where they killed a whole bunch of them. I think it was here, like 3 or 4 of them or something. They just got on top of them, tied them up. That's what you want to do, but they weren't. You gotta play for the draft you've given yourself, which is lockdown with these 3 heroes, damage dump with these 2. And the lockdown is almost permanent between these 3 heroes. There's like no cooldowns between just getting rooted and stunned, mostly rooted. But there's some repositioning with the tongue grab and the Deckard's slow and the Arthas Aura slow and stuff. So just really misused overall, and there's some definite mistalenting here. Kill's fine, though. This was only, I don't know. Phoenix is almost always better. Deckard was honestly trying his best, and for the fact that he juked like a boss up here, that was hilarious in the best possible way. So shout out to him. And the Deckard was trying, honestly. Like his sleeps weren't bad. It's just he should have. He needed to cast sleep sooner, more preemptively. Like the moment ETC power slides, just sleep. Right? But he wasn't doing that. I don't expect him to do it from moment 1. If maybe we can find some of those moments. But after 1 or 2 times of the combo, it really should have started being a thing, right? Because Lead was almost late with some of these Divine Shield follow-ups. If they were snappier with Valkyrie or even Isolation or Kill, like they had a couple tools, maybe Valkyrie or Lift. Not that there isn't. So he just sleep. Now he's... Sorry, I thought he was the Cassia. I think he got power slid here. Maybe this is a poor example. He is number 8. Sorry, he's number 9. My bad. Okay, he got power slid here. Okay, this is a poor example. So, he's also just way too close to the tank. If we're bothering to examine what's wrong with this. Look, Nani? What are you doing? What are you doing, Mr. Deckard? It'd be fine if he was down here. But let's say this wasn't him, and he was here. Sleep. And Divine Shield. He had time, assuming he didn't get caught. And that was pretty much the case all game. Where Lead wasn't... There wasn't Sleep Dance comboed, it was Dance, and then... Sorry, Sleep. It wasn't Dance with Divine Shield comboed instantly. It should have 0 chance of interrupt. It was Dance, Divine Shield, almost every time, within a half to almost 1 second delay, which is kind of dangerous. And Deckard had been snappier in some other fights, not that one, but there was a few where he was getting sleep off. I think she was trying Valkyrie. So of course, there are delays on these abilities as well. What's the cast point for Valkyrie? I forget exactly. 0.6. It's under a second. I think sleep is a second. So preemptive sleep would turn these fights around, or at least stop the dance. It wouldn't stop like the Divine Shield, obviously. That being said, Lead also has a cleanse. He could like super boss cleanse the sleep and then Divine Shield, but still. Anyway, we'll move on to the next game after a quick break where I update the score. For some reason, my game doesn't want to open and quit. Weird. Soothsayer, where art thou? Alright, score 1. So, the good news is this game, Zolden Distillery, we'll go back to looked really good overall. Still some macro being a little weird, especially that bottom lane, some things middle. Not playing forward enough, in my opinion. When you had free lanes to shove or free structure damage to take, you were walking backwards to get like piddly siege camps. Can't say I agree with that. I don't think it's valuable enough. The fights were pretty much all like 9 out of 10 ratings. Really cool combos overall. great use of the dance, the divine shield, though there's still some room there. Like if they had a Li Ming with Wave of Force, she would have canceled that shit every time. Like you got to be snappier if you want to make that work against. What is like my game's frozen or some BS? Can't get out of this replay. There we go. Gotta reboot the game. That was weird. There's some possibilities where it gets interrupted. So I would make that snappier. Unless they just literally have no interrupts, or as the support you read anyone who has the interrupt is stuck in the dance, then you're fine, obviously, to do whatever you want. In fact, you may not even need to divine shield them at all. Although the damage could be enough from non-danced heroes to mess with ATC. So, but I would make that a little snappier, because against a more aware team, they would have canceled some of your dance. Not all, but some of the dances would have been canceled. It doesn't mean you would lose the fight. I'm just talking about the big moments. The Leo and Tombs are pretty darn on point this game. He did miss one or two, especially that Deckard near the objective point in between your Bruiser and the middle objective. That was pretty easy solo and Tomb into objective, but you won the objectives anyway, so it's not like there's a problem. You know. Okay, last game is Volskaya. It's looking really good. Just a few map things. In this case, a couple fight things. Yeah, too much focus on the siege camps. They don't do enough, and they don't threaten the enemy enough in any particular way in their lane pressure. I'm not saying you shouldn't get them, but when you have free lane and objective push, take them first. The enemy will be forced to respond. You back off, grab the camp, then you go somewhere else. Then they're forced to stay even longer to deal with the camp because they're already there. You just make them awkward. Make it hard for them to make decisions, right? And you're making it easier for them with some of these moves rather than harder. So I want to see you make their lives harder, your lives easier, do a little smarter and more thought out map movements. You'll notice that it also helps your game flow. You'll naturally move around the map in a more organic and sensible way, where you're really controlling the tempo of the game, and gives you better opportunities to intercept them, because then they'll naturally be more split around the map, dealing with your superior map movements and pressure, and camp timings and everything. Not to say you're not doing it at all, but I feel you can do it more. You may be doing it 40-50% of the time. I'd like to see that bumped up to, 60, 70, 80% of the time. And it'll look a lot stronger. So the drafts, what do we got going on here? Johanna, Gul'dan. So this is a very solid team. Super sustain, but it's great because we have sustained healer, sustained tank. Rexar is also pretty solid overall. But if the stuns are a little limited this game, but that's okay because your damage is pretty bonkers, and you also have things like Horrify and Swipe or Massive Shove, plus the Rainer knockback, plus the Misha stun. So you don't have like the base ability stuns are low because I don't really count Condemn even though it's a mini stun. Your ultimates make up for it. So that's pretty strong. I like it. This team, Vikings and Falstad, very questionable. ETC, Anna's fine, though not great. So you have like Power Slide, Sleep, Power Slide is not bad. Jaina, with these, you have Nano Boost for Jaina, pretty darn good. These three heroes work well together. The Falstad, I don't see the draft order. I'm very curious to actually look this up. You know what, I'm just going to do that right now. Well, I'll do it after. I'm not going to interrupt the game. I know with the changes, with all the Viking talents and whatever, they can benefit from being together. So I know some team asked me, neither of these, about the possibility of solo lane. It may have even been Dauntress. Someone was, I think it was Death and Delay. Or I brought it up, I don't remember which. The possibility of the Vikings solo laning. I thought it would be possible and interesting, though I haven't seen it in action. And I honestly didn't dig into their talents enough to really make a read as to that being possible. or not. Little weird move here by like just die. Just really? What are you doing, Bunker Fun Time? It's just sad. Should have just flown on top of him in the lane if you're trying to kill him. He flew here, AFK'd, and then missed all his kills and died. It's like, what's going on? He's also just, okay, he's gonna say he's feeding the Viking. That shouldn't be a thing. I really just like this draft. It's game 3. Both these teams are already guaranteed playoffs. It's just a matter of like who gets the like what order the top 3 are in. For Bunker Fun Time, I think it's more of whether they're whether they're second or third seed. I think first, I'm not sure if first was out of their reach based on this series. Based on not getting a domination, probably out of their reach. But I think they may have possibly, would have had to check the stats. The point is, there's not like too much on the line this game for Bunker Fun Time. And the third game, best of 3, you've already got a point for yourself. You're already top 2 or 3 in the playoffs, the groups for playoff seeding. There's no like you can mess around. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. That being said, if you're messing around, this is pretty janky. The Falstad's fine, I guess. It's not that I mind the Vikings. I mind the Vikings and Falstad together. Technically, it gives you a lot of map presence. This would really shine on a map like Cursed Hollow or Alterac Pass, but on a map like Volskaya, it's just useless. You don't gain anything really from the like globally lane presence-y shit going on. Being very little. Your team fight is just beyond weak until maybe level. Honestly, it's just weak all game. It's just garbage. Although if this happens, like Nani, hello, you've been getting chased for days. It just has no plan. It's not going to do anything. It will kill heroes who are caught out, but in a straight 5-on-5, this 5 bulldozes these 5 like all day. So sure, if you drop a Rainer out of here, he's probably going to get killed, but just don't be a dummy. Nah, Joe dropped out. I love it. Well played. So you need to give yourself a fighting chance, even if you're screwing around. Or if you're going enough sort of macro utility, it has to be on a map where it makes sense. Alterac, Cursed, even Sky Temple, though we already played Sky Temple in game 1, which is why, like, you know, even the old pros would do, like Abathur Samuro on Sky Temple, and it's just cancer. So you're, early the team fight isn't that strong, though those particular 2 happen to scale very well in the mid to late game. Those 2 meaning Abathur and Samuro. But this scaling is just trash. Man, like, sad face. How long is this game? Yeah, it's up to, let's say, it should be like a 15 to 18 minute game, 17 and a half. Like, they should never win a team fight or never get a protector unless Zul'jin just screws up. Gust has the potential to make some plays. That's about the only redeeming factor of this Falstad. To be frank, in many games, that's the only redeeming factor of Falstads. Unless he can get global value. I don't know what Rainer's doing. Kill the tower. Kill the tower. Kill the tower. Don't want to kill the tower. Feels bad. You should kill towers so your creeps will push better and pressure the fort. I'm getting tired. So, yeah, that's why you should just kill towers when they're free. Really opens up the lane in a nice way. Lets you dive too much further. Instead of being hit back here and whatever, you're free to walk all the way up to here, so. Rexar should be careful, he's getting debated. Run! This is a pretty big commitment from BFT. You should just shove top, take the fort. Please don't leave, even though he DC's here. Kill him, by the way. Blessed Shield and he dies. JK, who wants that? Blessed Shield into Power Slide into the damage and he dies. Here's the Ghost! You have the sleep. Use your healing thing. Horrify's pretty solid. Swipe's pretty good. Should have dropped the healing pulse sooner, but that's okay. 1 for 2 when you get the fort. It's all good. Plus Rexar's killing Vikings.
Hero
Or
slain.
wow, double. Feels bad, man. Cowboy Kyle's been doing. I've been very impressed with him lately. This season in general. I think he's really stepped up. Even though I have, I have the occasional criticism for him, but I'm really liking his general, especially his Leo play has been really solid.
Power routed to the
And this Rexar is, I mean, okay, kind of as an easiest opponent in the Vikings, but still. What is this guy even doing with the Vikings? He didn't even, isn't there like... Okay, he did at least take one of those talents. Random feed, question mark? Didn't Raynor have a Q? Yes, could have killed him. Felsad's going for the gust again! Without Rexar here, it's a little questionable. Do you have another healing pulse? I'd like to see this used a little sooner, if there's an option. You can just murder them, okay, a little delayed. Lol. Play again was pretty good, but it won't really matter. The Delta split was awkward. The swipe was good. Probably should have come out sooner. As soon as Ring was cast, rather than waiting for it to land. Light should stop running. Jaina won't kill him. Neither will this Viking. Back to the point, boys. Yeah, get the heal camp again. Me likey. Yeah, this is actually really annoying with the slow, built-in slow now. You don't have to hit him with corruption anymore, which is always kind of stupid, frankly. This is still a garbage talent, it should never be taken. Raynor going meme build?
Team has taken control of a protector.
Oh, I thought he took behemoth armor. Okay, he didn't. Little memey. Sure. Full grenade. Sure, why not? Lock party for what? Cameron, Omega Lol. What are these talent builds? You have Horrify, just commit. What are you pussing out for? Falstad is... Could use some help. Be polite. Busted shield, kill, murder, death, kill. You just kill him. Okay, there we go. Still a busted shield. And you have healing pulse and you're running away. Okay. We're getting the job done. It's just a little awkward. Core rush? You can get core damage in. You won't be able to core them. JK Falstad's here to gust you. What a crappy gust. Dude. Wow, if Golden didn't get fisted, he just would have straight died. Well, now you should just leave. But there's nowhere to leave at this point. I like while all this is happening. Rexarus? Oh wait. Okay, I guess I was wrong. I think you could have cored them with that had gone slightly differently. Rexarus is just like hitting boards. There's actually probably a scenario where you core them. I expected Falstad to gust all 4 of you away, and that into this area. That didn't happen. No, Cowboy Kyle. Run down, then up, then over, or back. Actually, this is pretty clever. Draw him with Misha and run over here. Mount, don't hearth. Mount. Oh my god, no, okay. I think you actually could have run by without getting dismounted, maybe. Doesn't really matter. Next opportunity, you could just 5-man rush top, honestly. You don't really have to do anything else. Done 11% core. Some notable hesitation though to use abilities. I'm seeing this. seeing it from the Tyrande Starfall, different this game. There's the kind of swipe I want to see. Moment Rings cast, swipe that bitch. But that didn't go too well. That's okay. Probably could have been some more silence in there and some more Gul'dan damage, but hey, worth. It was all an elaborate plan. That is not Raynor. I was just curious about some Gul'dan cooldowns. Probably should have rewound and looked at the core fight, but Felstad also messed that up to begin with, which is why I assumed you would get a decent. I thought maybe, I don't know, 50%, 60%. I'd say 50, but I think you got way more because of how they played it. But since of how they played it, could you have played it in a way where you actually just end the game at whatever that was, 10, 11 minutes? Probably, but I'll go back later. I'm falling asleep, so my commentary is just going down the drain here. It shouldn't be bottom. They're gonna come bottom, just hide top and go core rush them. Who cares about bottom? Would horrify though. JK. Like they want to be bottom. You want to be top, coring them. You could just go do it. Just do it. You could do it with the protector though too, so I guess that's a fine plan. Get protector, then run top. About horrify, fight could be awkward, but fighting over this point's always awkward. So there's that. Horrify's finally back up. Run away, Anna. Can't hide, old lady. Lol. Die, grandma. Alright. Now you go top. Or you just open the gate and walk by. There you go. Open the wall even better. Me likey. Boom, 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 and then game over. Yeah, pretty good. There's a couple hesitations. It's not that you obviously you're doing well. You're winning. You haven't dropped a game all season. Sorry, a series all season. And you only have one more. So that's amazing. That's a really good accomplishment. I know it's something we aimed for in the past. Didn't nail it. You have one more series left versus Church. So at this point, the benefits we've talked about from your adjustments or your adaptability in the season, whether it's in draft or in gameplay decisions, and we're still seeing a lot of really good plays. You're looking for aggressive moves. You're looking for intercepts. You're picking fights even sometimes a little crazy, quote unquote crazily. Let's just say unexpectedly from the enemy, like under a tower or forward a tower or something. Especially we saw that in Infernal Shrines. It was just pretty much full go mode. So what I'd like to see is, in the past I've warned you about, and yourself, of actually going overboard and being too aggressive, too bloodthirsty, and that's bit you in the bum. And that's true. And that's still possible. But at this point, there's moments in the game where I'm seeing you actually being too passive, when you can keep snowballing your advantage or get another free pick, or shove super free lanes, get free structure damage. I'd like to see you try and take it to the next level, or if you don't want to mess around with it too much at the moment, then certainly in the off season once playoffs are over. But the next level of what you're doing is to just really pull the enemy around the map, make them your puppets, dictate to the pace of the game, and recognize when you can snowball more. Whether it's through use of abilities, like whether it's, the Blessed Shields or Silences or Horrifies or Unleash the Boars, or, whether in last game it was like not guaranteeing the keeps, letting heroes live at certain points, kind of misplaying the early game a little bit, so then your lanes are pressured. Clean up some of these things in the games. You'll just dominate. You'll just totally dominate at this bracket, and it'll be easy. It won't even feel challenging. You'll just cruise. So I'd like to see the team get to that level, and I think you're capable of it at this point in terms of the individual plays. There's still a couple funny things here and there. I noticed Goldan like running off alone multiple times here in the middle area, well away from the team and stuff like that. Didn't get punished, didn't cost you, might in another scenario. Little things like that could also be cleaned up, but they aren't the biggest deal. For me, it's these. I'd like to see you up your throttle a little bit more when the opportunity's there. Free lanes, free structures, more free picks, guarantee keep kills, stuff like that. You're doing a lot of it, but there's times when you're kind of blatantly not doing it. Like backing off to get siege camps, or some heroes are kind of running around the map randomly. A couple games, the Orphea, the Tyrande, and Sky Temple. So try and do that. If you can just kind of take a half step even to the next layer of exploiting the map and the enemy, forcing the enemy on your terms, you'll find your games even easier. But I like the drafts, I like the plays, I like the teamwork, I like most of the map moves. Game 1 was just a throw on Sky Temple, but we already talked about the issues there. Game 2 was like 99% awesome. There was just a couple little wiggle room on those divine shields. If the enemy was better, they could have interrupted some of them, and maybe those fights don't go so well for you. In any case, you wouldn't just kill a whole bunch of them for free. We can say that much. But they looked super out of it in game 2. They looked great in game 1 in Bunker Fun Time. Really just like almost like they switched players or something in game 2. In game 3, there was like a meme draft. They couldn't really do anything other than, well, you got cut out a few times. In fact, they did get 10 kills in the end, but a bunch of them were down here. 3 or 4 were down here. And the others, I don't even know who's the feeders. Everyone's the feeders. Just this Falstad was just straight clowning all game, with starting with this move bottom and all the weird gusts. And I like that he tried to get the aggro gust into the forts and stuff. Didn't ever really work out, but I like that he looked for it. With like if they had drafted and played like they had game 1 and game 2 and 3, it's hard to say who would have won this series. It's hard to say. It might have been a 2-1 in their favor. Possibly. If they could have exploited some of these windows or these small moments where you weren't 100%. But you had the edge all 3 games, honestly. This game was largely a stomp other than, the other deaths were all around the core. 4 deaths on the core, and there's 3 or 4 here, so that accounts for most of them. There's a possibility. Let's go back. Could this game have ended at 10 minutes? I didn't want to look, but let's look now. Was it? Wait, what? I thought it was 10 minutes. What's going on here? Okay, it's... Okay. Solve the healing pulse. Should save it for the core rush. Should kill this well so the creeps come faster. Kill these creeps so your creeps come faster. Alright, here we are. Dodge the fist. Good. Dodge fist. Good. Should put out the healing pulse right about now. Does it. Good. Rainer's like, Nani, use your shit, man. Didn't use any of his spells. Rainer's trying. I don't think you can do it though. You could have gotten a few more percent in, maybe 8 or 9%, like down to 8 or 9% or something. I'd say another 3% was possible, so not enough. Probably should have just killed the Falstad instead of hitting the core though. And that in turn may have led you to actually been able to kill the core. Maybe. That's okay. Not gonna hate. Yeah, so it's good. Like looking strong, stronger than you've ever been really. There's just a few little things you could step up, and then you'll look even better. That's all. Yeah. So GG's, well played. GG's the bunker fun time. I like their style, though I don't know what happened to them in game 2. In game 3 was just straight memeing. Clearly, they're pretty solid. They're, I believe, second in the rankings, so they're no slouch either. But in the head-to-head, right now anyway, you're looking better. Bunker Fun Time, okay, they're quite a few points below second place, so that they're pretty much hard locked third, unless Church of Murky gets a 2-1 for a domination over Zul'jin, then they'll tie for third, though I don't know who won that head-to-head. Or they'll take over third place. So Bunker Fun Time, no matter, I think even if they got, basically no matter win or lose that series in any fashion, whether they got a 0-2'd by Zul'jin or they got a domination or 2-1, it actually wouldn't have changed their score. Unless Church of Murky performs and gets a 2-1 over Zul'jin, then it could threaten them. But they got a point, so they're at. None of these results are reported, so yeah, it could matter, but they're at least top 3 or 4. It doesn't like crazily matter. The 3 or 4 seed are some of the lower. You fight the 6th to the 5th, right? So it's like it's hardly a difference, really. It's not that big a deal, so that's probably why they just did crazy shit game 3. I suspect. But now I'm just rambling and I'm losing my mind, so. Yeah, I like most of what I see. There's a few consistent things. Lubu game soon? Oh, sorry, I didn't see that, Dontrus. I don't know when you said that. Who's playing? Lubu game soon? How soon? Like today soon? June 22nd. I see a June 23rd Lubu game. Oh, the Lubu game's June 25th. It's another 3 days. Not that, I mean, it's soon. I thought you meant like tonight. I was like, holy shit. That's what, Thursday, I think? Yeah, should be Thursday. Cool beans. Yeah, looking great for Zul'jin Distillery. And if I seem nitpicky, it's because it's these little things which will which are causing you inefficiencies, and these little inefficiencies stack up and prevent you from just being really clean and really smooth and not having these awkward moments and kind of like jittery map rearrangements or dealing with lanes or just I'm looking for smooth. You know, at this point we're fine tuning the little things, whether it's the shot calling or the macro play or some of the individual plays. At this point we're fine tuning. That's where we're at with the team, which is a really good place to be, which means you have no major issues, and I'm down to like nitpicking you to get better. That's a really good place to be in for individually and the team. It means you're looking really strong. You know, you can step up and play like this. You can start easily challenging a large section of C teams. You know, for sure. At least up to the middle range, maybe even the top ones in some cases. Probably maybe need a few more tricks up your sleeve to do that, but I know in the Zul'jin Distillery or the Invitational, whatever, you've taken games off, whatever, your Wood Leagues and your Lubus and stuff. So I know you already can fight them, but I'm very curious to see it in NGS. And if you dominate the playoffs as you know intended, you should move up to C East, and that'll be very interesting to observe next season. But that'll be it for now. Just try and make notes of those couple things and try and work on them. Snowball your advantages more, take the free stuff more, and you'll just look even stronger. So, GG's well played, and see you next time.